Goal setting and achieving a goal is a relatively simple process. First, you set the goal, and then you do everything in your power to achieve that goal. Thanks for watching. If only, right? Social media is littered with people setting goals, but strangely, what's missing is those same people achieving those goals. Where's the disconnect? What happened? What went wrong? Why did something that seemed so important to somebody at one point, enough that they wanted to declare it publicly, suddenly fall by the wayside or not get achieved at all and forgotten about? What if there were some simple steps that you could take to ensure that the process from setting the goal to achieving the goal had a better chance of succeeding? If you can put all of the difficult logistical planning up front and account for it immediately, that's going to pay off huge. Because when things get difficult, and they will get difficult, but when things get difficult, what's great is by front loading everything logistically, you don't have as many moving parts the further along the process you get. That's important. And all of that's well and good, but a plan is only as good as your ability or my ability to follow it. If we can't follow through with the plan, it doesn't matter how perfect it might be. It won't matter. Which brings us to what I see as the ABCs of goal setting and planning. Because goals are great and all that, but they're meaningless without a plan. In other words, goals get the glory, but plans make them happen. So when it comes to the ABCs of planning, as I like to think of them, this is a very literal A and B and C. For me, it just makes it easy to remember, so maybe it will be easy for you to remember as well. So the first letter in our ABCs is obviously A. A stands for adherence. You have to adhere to your plan. There is no negotiation on this. Adherence means finishing what you started by sticking with your plan. It means that while you're in the process of achieving your goal and the plan that you have is getting you there, you're not constantly looking over there to see if somebody else's plan might be better than yours, or checking out some new information or new material that makes you think that your plan isn't quite as good as what you had hoped for. That creates a kind of paralysis by analysis, and the best way to defeat that is to adhere to the plan you have. Because nothing will sabotage you faster than starting a plan and then seeing a different plan and switching plans and starting again and then maybe seeing another plan and switching once more. This happens all the time to people, and it pretty much makes them incapable of achieving their specified goal. And the reason is because it creates a non-linear relationship with their goal. There really isn't a start and there really isn't a finish anymore, because the middle, the path from A to B, is just a jumbled mess. The second letter is B, and in this case, B stands for belief. You have to have belief. You have to believe in the plan. Now, I bet you think I was going to say you have to believe in yourself, but come on. Belief in yourself is going to come later. In these early stages of goal setting, you have to have adherence and you have to believe in the plan to help you maintain adherence. Because 100% belief in your plan will net you more success even if the plan isn't perfect. 100% belief in an imperfect plan will be better than 50% belief in a perfect plan. And that kind of ties into adherence and plan jumping and paralysis by analysis. People think that the best plan is the plan that they're not currently on. That is almost always a mistake. Adhere and believe. The third letter is C, and in this case, C stands for compliance. And sure, commitment could have worked as our C word here, but there's a very specific reason why I chose compliance over commitment. Commitment is rarely the issue. Compliance often is. People fail to execute not from a lack of commitment, but because they fail to comply with the plan that they've set forth. They get lazy or distracted. And compliance is different than adherence, even though you might initially think that they're the same thing. Adherence is all about the macro. Compliance is all about the micro. Adherence is plotting a course and setting forth on that course. It takes into consideration where you're starting and where you want to finish. And one of the great things about adherence and compliance is that they truly limit your decision-making responsibilities while you're adhering to your plan. If you're adhering and complying, for the most part, you can just punch in, do the work, and then punch out. That is key when it comes to achieving a goal. It makes you less prone, and in some cases, almost immune to something like decision-making fatigue. And when we cut out things like that, it makes us more likely to succeed. Another way to look at it is it makes you less prone to failure. And that's a good way to frame it, because goal setting is about achievement. Process is about not failing. And when you think about it, starting with not failing is a not bad strategy for succeeding. At least until Facebook Memories brings it up.